Boom shakalaka, we are on the verge of a huge Bitcoin move. Plus, what would really happen if all of these large players did get a spot Bitcoin ETF, and why it's better to be a shrimp than a whale? Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including why Bitcoin is on the verge of a massive move, plus what a spot Bitcoin ETF would actually mean in terms of price, and some other exciting charts. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us on Twitter at Crypto Love. Push that like button. Now today, fear and greed at 56. Still going sideways the past few days. You know it's not going sideways? The overall market up over 2% today. Bitcoin at 3805, Ethereum at 1889, BNB at 237, XRP 47 cents, Cardano 28 cents, Dogecoin 6 cents, Solana 1886, and Litecoin at 94.77. And the top coins today, based on AI, would be Caspa, Trias Lab, Wrapped Bitcoin, Beldex, and Injective. And you can use token metrics and AI to pick out the best coins. Free trial down in the description. Now, Bitcoin today still sitting above $30,000, had a bit of a bump recently. And if you take a look down here, the 50 and 100-day moving average, the green and yellow line, are about to cross for a golden cross. The last time this happened, price went up significantly following this bar pattern, which coincidentally follows a lot of lines we already have on this chart, like the top, or basically the confirmation point for this inverted head and shoulders, which would put Bitcoin price up to $60,000. Also, some support levels we've seen previously, some resistance levels we've seen previously, where Bitcoin could likely go in the near future. But right now, what we can say is that there is a massive move on the horizon for Bitcoin. Another big move for Bitcoin is imminent, and I believe it will continue to go up. Why? First off, the Bollinger Bands with squeeze signals a green bar, which we see right here. Now, the last two times this happened, and this is a 5-day chart, Bitcoin was underneath the EMA 20, which caused a price crash to the downside. But this time, Bitcoin is above the EMA 20, likely going to cause a price pump. Not only that, we also have an ascending broadening wedge, which you can see right here. Confirmation point and breakout for that wedge would be roughly $40,000 for Bitcoin. Assuming this, it would be an upward break for Bitcoin. Again, sending price much, much higher. Bitcoin is about to break through the green zone resistance that we can see right here. Now, this is that same resistance level before Bitcoin took off from $10,000 to $70,000. We're about to send Bitcoin to the moon if it can break above those levels. Similarly, that inverse head and shoulders we were talking about here, if we zoom out a little bit more, we have a shoulder here, we have a large head right there, we have another shoulder right there. So, that being said, one more, yet another bullish chart for Bitcoin. The monthly MACD just flipped bullish. For any of you who have been around on the channel for a long time, many years, you know I love MACD because it's a simple indicator, and the longer the time frame on it, the more accurate and more significant the indicator. Look what happened the past few times MACD flipped bullish. We had a golden cross of the MACD. Look at that, parabola, parabola. How about this time? I would say yes, parabola as well. The monthly chart with a 36-month simple MA and 36-month exponential MA. From a historical perspective, this is a perfect buying zone. Basically, these areas where it's shaded in tan right here. However, time is running out. We are getting close to breaking above those levels. Basically, parabola territory. So if you're looking to set up your position, now might be the time, because right now, structure is very, very similar to what we saw back here in 2016, right before Bitcoin went up 77x. Wow. Yeah, we are still very, very early, potentially headed for another massive Bitcoin move. Willy Woo, once again tweeting for the first time in like months, but every once in a while he throws his hat in the ring and reminds you why he's Willy Woo. Well, he takes a look at Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin market cap gain per dollar invested. And he says it would depend on whether they deploy bearish or bullish phase of the market, but the range right now would be between 128,000 and 398,000 per coin. Right now, roughly $310,000 per Bitcoin based on what? Well, how about this? What would happen if these guys put 5% of their assets under management into Bitcoin? That's just 5%. But if they did, calculations estimate around $310,000 per Bitcoin. Yikes, that would be enormous. And we are set for spot Bitcoin ETFs to be approved by as early as March, maybe even earlier. So we could see some big movements right around the time of the halving, could really send Bitcoin price. Now, after the news of all these big players looking to get a spot Bitcoin ETF, yeah, heavy whale accumulation. You can see here these red dots indicate heavy whale accumulation. And generally, whales buy right before and during bull rallies. You can see right here, right before and during bull rallies. Well, this would either be right before or during a bull rally. Interestingly enough to note, whales do not buy at top prices or during bear markets, and they did not accumulate at the most recent bottom prices when Bitcoin was around $15,000. But you know who did? Not the whales, the shrimps. Entities with less than one Bitcoin were buying heavily at that bottom right there. Very, very interesting. Now, they did buy the top back in 2018, but they hung around. They learned their lessons. They bought the COVID bottom. They bought the FTX crash. They bought the bottom down here. They're doing a great job stacking hard at all the bottoms. They learned, they're smarter, they're buying the dip, not the rip, the success of Bitcoin education in one chart, which brings us to when the next top might be. Based on the November 28th cycles theory, it would not actually be until November 28th of 2025. So we still have 2.5 years until this happens. Why? Well, basically there's 4 years, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is the new all-time high year, 2 is the bear market, 3 is accumulation, and 4 is preparation. Now, as you can see right now, we're only in accumulation year right now. So if you're accumulating Bitcoin, you're doing a great job, because preparation, yeah, price goes up just kind of slowly, not like we see in the year number 1 where we have massive parabola. So you may still have a good amount of time to take advantage of these low Bitcoin prices. But how long that lasts, well, we may never know. So that's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.